Hello there, students. So your next task is to look at the circulatory system, which is how blood gets around our body and how it delivers nutrients to different parts of our body. So um, the first thing I want to show you is the Google Doc you're going to fill out. So I'm going to share this with you. I think this is going to work better than the fillable PDF. So you just need to fill in the Google Doc. You might have to make your own copy. I'm not totally sure how it works on the classroom, but if you go to File, make a copy, then you can make your own copy, put your name in it, and then you can. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Anyway, you can start to fill it out. You know, hello, etc. Now, the one thing to point out here is the diagrams. You have to label these diagrams, which is not easy to do in a Word document, but there's an easy way to do it, which is you double click on it and it takes you to the drawing menu. And if you haven't used this before, it's not bad actually. So if in the drawing menu, you can add text. So you can add a text box, you drag, and then it puts text wherever you want without any sort of weird formatting difficulties. So you can label, veins and then you can actually point to them. So you can get a line, and then you can draw a line from veins to wherever you want to label the veins. Now that's not necessarily right. That's just an example. And there's lots of different stuff you can do in here. So for example, let's say, you can put in arrows, you can put in all these different types of shapes if you find a useful shape that might be useful for labeling what you want to label and things like that. If you want to label a whole section of the diagram as opposed to just one little part, you can use a couple of lines. So for example, you can, let's say, do that and then add another line like that. So now you're sort of showing me that, oh yeah, this whole thing is veins, etc. So that's pretty easy. It doesn't really take you that long to do this sort of thing. And then once you're done labeling it, you press save and close, and in the document, it's actually it's there. And if you want to change your answer, go back and edit it some more, you just double click it again, and you can go back into the drawing and edit it some more. And so the same thing goes for this diagram here. You have to label these terms onto this cycle. And so once again, you double click it, and then you just wait for it to load, and then use the drawing tool to actually label the parts of this diagram. And you can even edit these arrows if you want. Now, I don't think you can actually check these checkboxes. I don't know if there's a good way to do that, but you don't need to. It doesn't matter. That's fine, as long as you get all the labels onto these two diagrams, and then everything else is just a table you have to fill out. So that is pretty straightforward, I think. And then you just submit your Google Doc on the classroom. Now, in terms of where to get the information, there's two videos. They're short. This one is 4 minutes long, and this one is 2.5 minutes long. And these videos are just really good explanations with nice graphics and visuals about how the circulatory system works, and it gives you all these definitions and labels. These are things that are part of your worksheet that you have to define. And if you don't get everything you need from these videos, then there is an extra presentation. I'll just show you the instructions. So here are the instructions. We've got the two videos, and we've also got this extra presentation PDF, which you can check for more information. And there's lots of good info on here. So just scroll through this, and if there's anything you think that you didn't quite understand in the video or wasn't included in the video, it is probably in here. There's lots of information in here. All right, and I believe that is it. So I will sign off, and best of luck with your assignment.